Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Popcorn Panel, and also
The Real
The
Show.
Real
It's
Show.
been a while. I haven't done any videos in a long time. So welcome back to another episode of a brand new episode of The Real Show. It's been a while. It's good to be back. And my name is Del. With me is Rano on my right, and on the far right is Ken.
Hello.
she's a special guest for both
Yes.
and a co-host for The Real Show.
And
And my co-host for The Real Show is Del. So,
Well, yes. Everyone is a co-host now because Zool is busy.
oh. So now we're gonna go to
The Martian.
Martian, yes, the
Why
Martian.
we are here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with you, Kern. So what's your take on?
I liked it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's thank God it's not heavy. It was like a light humor which I really enjoy, and it just keeps you like you don't get like there's no part where you think it's like it was too draggy because like you know how when someone gets stranded movie gets a little bit drag, right?
Yeah.
So but this one it didn't felt any drag, like you just keep watching and then I just sit through like
But it's funny, right?
yeah,
Even you
yeah.
say because this movie duration is 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't feel it as well. You know, it didn't
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
draggy. Like the scenes they put there wasn't like unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
everything is important. Has you know.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
and I like the light humor, like even though it's like devastating and everything, but the light humor just kept you feel like
yeah, maybe
it's good,
we
yeah.
can share some of the humors and spoilers later.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think one of the most key thing about this story is this character, Matt Damon playing Mark Watney. He never lost his spirit when he's trapped or stranded on Mars,
Mm.
and like you said, he kept the humor. He saw the light side of things. He saw that he still can survive if he solve one problem at a time, and he never lost that in himself. And his spirit is strong. He wanted to survive. He wanted to live on,
Mm.
and that came through the humor of the movie.
Kind of enjoyed it. Okay. The thing is, sometimes when I watch this movie, there's always a benchmark.
Right?
Right? That's always the benchmark because you watch previous movies and you say, "Well, okay, let's see if this is the same level." Maybe I'll talk about that later on.
Okay.
But this movie, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. It didn't feel long for me. It
Mm.
didn't feel that long. It didn't, yeah, like Karen said, it didn't feel draggy. And I like how how you say this, the characters, how everyone who appear on screen are vital.
Right.
Like even it's really hard not to spoil this movie, but all the people on Earth and people on space and
And
people and one
and
person in Mars,
yeah.
you know how they had that communication from scene to different scene because it's always tricky to make it connectable because
Mm.
sometimes you might lose pace and say, okay, information is going back and forth.
Mm.
I like how the idea why maybe this movie will be enjoyable to many people because it's something different. Like
Mm-hmm.
how can one person survive? But for me, like maybe it took me maybe I won't say off guard, but say, oh, okay, that's true. Like this can be done, Uh, and it's not something that is over the top.
Yeah.
It's not something that's over the top because
Well,
surviving on Mars.
surviving on Mars is
Oh,
over the
okay.
top,
But I'm
but
just saying that things that we
it's
did
done well.
is logically,
Yeah.
how you say?
I'm sure once more people watches this movie, and there will be those scientists and
Yeah, yeah,
physicists come
yeah.
out and say, "Ah, that's not
Yeah,
possible."
that's not.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All this, there'll be people who very disagree with
Yeah.
all the theories that they've presented on this movie, but they use the basic ones,
Mm.
you know. And for instance, like how he actually can. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but just a mini spoiler, but how he actually managed to build some crops.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not spoiler since it's in the trailer.
yeah, and plus
So
he's a botanist,
botanist,
right?
yeah,
So,
Yeah.
and maybe the other thing that I like is his character.
yeah,
Not just his character, but how he portray himself as a survivor.
mm.
Okay, sometimes we see him as calm, but there's also the extreme side of him,
Yep, yep,
where he
Yeah.
can go really cranky and upset, and there's a sign that maybe he has that loss of hope but he didn't.
which is very real because
Yeah, it's
that's
very real.
how we
Yeah,
all are,
Yeah.
right?
maybe this. Yeah,
We
this is.
can't compose the cool all the time.
And that's the beauty of this Matt Damian's acting, where why he's so powerful in this movie, is when you see him. There are two scenes where he really gets very emotional. The first time was being able to communicate with Earth,
Yeah,
Mm,
with
and you can
someone.
see he's so excited and he's so relieved that
Yeah,
finally he's able
yeah,
to talk to somebody.
yeah,
yeah,
And then the next one was just before he took off from
yeah.
Mars,
yeah.
right? That was
Oh,
also
This is
no, no,
spoiler.
no. This is the whole. That's the whole movie, though. I mean, you know he's gonna. That's the whole movie about how he's gonna get back to Earth. Everyone's trying to bring him home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then those two scenes are quite the, significant and pivotal
Mm.
for me
yeah.
Okay.
in his acting.
I like how this movie is like not too theoretical or too like
Yeah.
difficult for us to understand. Like
It's not
we're not scientists,
okay. Okay.
but
It's,
we
it's
can
not
understand. Like
interstellar
yeah,
movie.
yeah. Like you get confused, you debate like this thing and that. But
Yeah.
this is like it just in the sense that like we're non-scientists, we can still understand. So it's good. It's like you don't have to like what is this, or you just keep questioning the
Mm.
whole time. Like as the scene move on and you're still questioning over that scene, why is it like that?
Yeah,
But you don't, you just follow as the scene goes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What? Well, we talk about a lot of good stuff,
Mm.
but anything that you felt was lacking in this movie.
Hmm.
Okay, let me start with saying the casting of Kristen Wiig
Oh
I thought was
yeah.
a bit distracting
Uh,
because she is playing somebody. I don't even know
I
why they cast her
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
don't need her.
I was questioning that before you watched the movie.
uh,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was like,
because
why?
after watching the movie, I think back, there's no reason for Kristen Wiig to play that character.
Yeah.
There's no need for her talent in there,
you mean
and
she was the secretary or something?
No,
no,
the
she's
The
PR
the
yeah,
person.
yeah
PR.
the
Yeah,
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 PR.
yeah.
PR.
Yeah, and then when she tried to say something funny, I'm thinking Kristen Wiig from SNL
Yeah,
because she's
yeah.
a comedian
I only
and
remember her from Bridesmaid.
uh-huh,
And what
Yeah.
right.
other movie she did? She was in?
Um.
The Walter Mitty Life of Walter
Oh yeah,
Oh
Mitty.
Water Life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's usually a
You mean could be played by someone else? Maybe
could be
they
played by
just
It's
someone even
yeah.
less significant because
Yeah.
she stands out.
maybe
Yeah.
Ridley Scott is going for death.
No, maybe
Maybe.
There's no depth in
or maybe she just wanted to try something more serious. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I,
fine.
like her personality itself is already funny.
Mm.
So she was trying. There's one scene where she's trying to send some. She was trying to tell something. It's
Serious.
sounding serious, but then
Yeah,
it's just so
it came
funny.
out funny.
It just came out
Yeah,
funny because it's just Christy Wiig.
yeah.
I like the one actor, the protocol guy. He was good. The guy who communicated,
Oh.
the African American guy.
Oh,
The
Chiwetel
protocol. Yeah,
Ejiofor.
Chotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chotel. Yeah.
Yeah, not just him. I mean, the whole cast minus Kristen Wiig. I think
Mm.
everyone worked very well, especially Jeff Daniels. He was
Oh yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, just
He
and
was fantastic. I'm
but
really happy
actually,
he's in this movie.
but I didn't like. I don't like. I mean, I don't like his character though.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
mean,
I love his
I
character.
love his
I mean,
character
I don't
too.
like him as the person he is in
Right?
that.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah. I
mean,
mean,
I
that's
understand, I understand.
yeah.
It's just that I thought he's the one that follows the rules.
Mm.
He's the one
Followed
that
by the
is
books.
follow logic. You gotta, yeah. He's the one that doesn't want to sacrifice more people to
Mm.
bring one person back. That kind of thing.
Well, it
Um,
makes sense because he's the director of
yeah, he's the
NASA,
director of
so
NASA, so he's
yeah,
gotta play that.
he has to
Uh,
do rational decision.
yeah. Okay.
What didn't you like?
Maybe it's will be more in the spoilers.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay,
okay.
So yeah. Okay, guys. Before we go to spoilers, what is your rating for The Martian?
9.
9.
Nine. I would say nine as well for and just the way this movie starts.
Mm.
The first 10 minutes, we are straight out of the gate and we don't lose any, don't waste any time. Everything happened in the first 10 minutes, and then we are like just a rocket blasting off.
Yeah,
Mm.
And then the last 10 minutes is all brilliant, brilliant last ten
it's like
minutes.
we're taking a ride out of the space.
Yeah.
I give this 8.5.
Okay.
8.5, and there's a reason for that.
Jeff
So,
Daniels.
guys, before I end, we're gonna go to spoilers. So, if you didn't listen to spoilers, you can end it now. So, we're gonna go to spoilers right now. So, one thing maybe that I would say why it could have been there's maybe room for me to make it maybe a 9 or 9.5. As why I said this, that I mentioned earlier on that there's a benchmark for me, and I felt that this movie is really good. Really Scott make a transform this movie into, I think it's a masterpiece for him, one of the biggest masterpiece. But I felt that it's not as the same caliber as Gravity. You know, Gravity has a similar situation where it's also survival and how to come back to Earth as well. And maybe why I prefer Gravity over The Martian is because there was a lot of anticlimax in that scene. There's always scenes of unfortunate events that happens, and there's always things that heightens all the time. Okay, they get past one thing, then something happens again. Similar to Armageddon, but Armageddon is more of a Hollywood thing. But for Gravity, it's like they managed to get to one spot, and then suddenly something happened again. Oh, they managed, and she was on her own. This Martian has a different approach. They have similar themes, but in terms of the anticlimax, is not frequent enough. Maybe
When you
Yeah.
say
okay,
anticlimactic, what do you mean?
because something happens, and then something happens,
So it elevates it.
elevates. Yeah,
So this one didn't
this one has only but
at the end.
and no few moments only. Like
Right.
example, like oh he got communication. Oh yes, but Gravity is like bang 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 in that 2 hours. Okay, example one scene when one spoiler is like when the captain, the
Commander.
commander was rescuing
Right.
him. Like it was so simple. Like, "Ah, okay, string tie,
Right.
turn around and grab." But I think Gravity will yeah, this string tie. Oh, cut loose, boom, something happens. Then oh shit, we need to catch him back. That's why Gravity, I felt like they give more challenges, but then it pays off when something good happen out of it. But for this one, it's like yeah, he managed to get, and he was trying to do his Iron Man thing,
Yep.
and I was like okay, not this wasn't that challenging. If you want to put like a difficulty factor, like okay, difficulty factor is not as
Okay, you're
big.
comparing to Gravity.
Gravity, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I mean, for me, that will bring me more goosebumps.
right.
It would,
I don't disagree that I think Gravity is a better movie, marginally,
mm,
but also I still find this very enjoyable. And towards the end, when the rescue part,
mm.
I was on the edge of my seat. I mean, my palms are
Yeah,
sweating,
yeah, yeah.
and the way that they figure out how to rescue him and building the bomb and blowing up
Mm.
the what part of the spaceship, everything adds on to the final scene where the commander didn't manage to catch his hand and then he flew past and then he
Yeah.
was grabbing on the string and then all the string like
Yep.
it was a
Yeah.
beautiful scene that really Scott created and I'm very satisfied with it.
Mm.
Yeah. What about that okay the Lord of the Rings reference. I found that
Oh.
super hilarious. I thought that was the
Oh, no,
best
yeah.
best moment of the movie, the most laugh out loud moment where Sean Bean is the one that comes in and say,
Uh-huh.
Elrond, that's the secret council because he was there.
A lot of reference, right? Movie
Yeah.
reference inside.
That was very nicely done, and also I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the Danny Glover's son. What's his name again? The
Oh, he's the
Ah,
Astro
Donald Glover.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Danny
Yeah,
Donald
The
Glover, yeah.
yeah,
Astro.
he
Astrodynamics.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is
astrodynamics
it Astrodynamics? Yeah.
expert.
Ex-
He came in and every time the camera cuts to him, it's a funny scene.
yeah.
Um,
Until the moment they say, you know that I'm still your boss.
Yeah.
And he
yeah,
walked away.
and Jeff Daniel say, "Get out."
Oh yeah. And he's like, "Who are you?" Director of NASA.
Okay, one scene that I liked was the tense moment when I know it's just so simple, but when Batman managed to communicate with on Earth and the
Mm.
NASA people and asked like, so what did the crew think of me being alive?
Oh
Oh.
And it's
yeah.
like, holy crap, how is he gonna take this? Like when they
Yeah,
said that none of them knew.
yeah, and then
And
he
I
just
thought that was a very great moment, like that scene alone.
mm,
It's like you can see how frustrated he was, and there was sort of some humor as well when he replied.
Yeah. And then he
yeah.
was like, yeah. And then they were broadcasting it
It's like
live.
live, and he's
Please
still.
watch your language.
So that's it from us. And Karen, where can find more of your work if they want to stalk you?
Oh, they want to stalk me? You can stalk me on Twitter at Nikkei underscore.
And
It's
Dell.
Feel
public.
free to stalk me. I've got my personal one at Delgo on Instagram, Facebook, and also, of course, The Real Show. That's REEL. Instagram as well, Facebook, and YouTube, where you can watch more of the videos.
There's no Snapchat for you, no the real
Oh
show
yeah, we didn't
Snapchat.
do anything for Snapchat and the Periscope
Next time
and
we should do,
everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can catch me at Rano360 and RanoAdidas.com and Rano Adidas social media. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And that's it. Thank
Okay.
you and
Thank you for
goodbye.
watching. See you next time.